The goal of this video is to determine how fast Phyn Plus detects leaks of all sizes: small, medium, and large. This video is going to cover all those scenarios and give you a preview of what you can expect from Phyn Plus if you are considering one for your home. The first series of tests were medium to large scenarios. These involve running the water through a hose bib to flood irrigate the citrus trees in my backyard instead of wasting the water. When we first installed Phyn, I was focused on creating the in-depth features review video. However, I ran a couple baseline tests as soon as the month-long learning cycle was over. While at 1 month, there is already a lot of system learning on our household habits, Phyn does not recommend enabling auto shutoff because, as the homeowner guide states, Phyn promises to be a good house guest. And if you enable auto shutoff during the learning cycle, Phyn Plus is more likely to shut off the water during a normal event because it hasn't had a chance to learn your behavior. Not to worry, the nightly plumbing checks are running in full force from day one. At 8.5 gallons per minute, "3 minutes in, I received the first round of notifications stating there was a possible problem. The second round of notifications warning of impending shutoff came 2 minutes later. The water was shut off at 7 minutes and 37 seconds with 56 gallons used. 0.6 gallons per minute triggers the first notification at 5 minutes, a second at 15 minutes, and the valve automatically closed at 30 minutes and 7 seconds with 19 gallons used. We installed Phyn Plus in January, and I performed the next set of tests at the beginning of May, so there had been 4 months for Phyn's AI to learn our household habits. While I manually flood and irrigate our citrus trees from the hose bib over the winter months, I intentionally did not run a full irrigation cycle where I water all the citrus trees in one day, and instead only watered one tree on any given day at random flow rates and durations. Repeating the full blast test, it maxed out around 8.4 gallons per minute this time. I received the first round of notifications at the 29-minute mark, and a second round of notifications 2 minutes later. The water was shut off at 32 minutes and 42 seconds with 274 gallons used. My next test was at 3.1 gallons per minute. At a slower flow rate, this event triggered the first notifications after 21 minutes. A second notice 5 minutes later, and the water was shut off at 31 minutes and 18 seconds with 95 gallons used. A flow rate of 1.5 gallons is caught at 24 minutes, another set of notices at 10 minutes, and shut off at 39 minutes and 20 seconds with a measurement of 57 gallons. Half a gallon a minute triggers the first notifications at 21 minutes, a second 10 minutes later, and the valve automatically closed at 46 minutes and 22 seconds with 24 gallons used. As you can tell, as much as I tried not to use a lot of water in one setting, Phyn has discovered my tree watering habit and increased the allowable flow threshold to run longer. The allowable threshold will change as I water more often in the summer and less in the winter. So definitely keep that in mind as your own usage changes. It is very important to note at this point, and this is the really cool finding in this video, so stick with this. Phyn Plus has an ultrasonic pressure sensor, which is a different design from water monitors that use an impeller or turbine to mechanically measure the flow of water. What that really translates into is each fixture in my house and yours has a different pressure signature, so Phyn Plus can tell that I'm using the outdoor hose bib, and since I generally use it for longer events, Phyn is more likely to let me run that fixture longer than, let's say, a shower that's only used in the summer due to a plumbing run that's at least 50 feet from the water heater.
It's still cold!
Since it's now summer, we've started using that shower again, and Phyn started sending alerts the first 2 times we used it at the 14-minute mark, both times. It has since learned about the new fixture and has not sent another notification. So, if you were alarmed at that 274-gallon number, the fact that Phyn saw an unusual usage and detected it at only 19 gallons used, while also allowing me to use the hose bib during my irregular watering in an attempt to fool Phyn's algorithm, that should give you some peace of mind. I don't know if it was because it was flagged as a new pressure signature, a low flow that's similar to our other bathtub and shower combination, but we used it slightly more for slightly longer, or a combination of all three. In any case, I saw this as a good thing, and if you're annoyed by these kind of notifications, I challenge you to think of it in light of protecting your home from a real leak. This is really smart, really useful technology. Phyn actually publishes their leak thresholds, and I have a link in the description to their page, which also has a lot more information concerning leaks. It is especially important for you to click on the link and to verify for yourself, because I can't change this video, but they can easily change the website as the developers improve the system. It is fantastic that Phyn is upfront with the baseline thresholds, but it is also important to understand what you observe will deviate from the baseline once Phyn learns your household habits. As you can see here, at this point, the bottom limit for automatic shutoff is a flow of less than 1/3 of a gallon a minute. It's also important to consider high usage settings that very much have an impact on how much water can occur in a single event before an alert is triggered. All the scenarios I just showed you did not have any form of sprinklers or irrigation selected. Since Phyn Plus is already at 274 gallons without irrigation selected, I'm not going to show you how long it runs because my tree berms were already totally filled when I had run that test. While my citrus trees need more water in the summer, I still have not selected an irrigation system of any type despite using a Melnor rain cloud. However, I don't have the rain cloud flood the berms with a continuous flow of water. Instead, I set my Melnor rain cloud to echo mode, where it turns on 3 minutes and off 6 minutes, setting the flow around 1 gallon a minute. This keeps Phyn happy and prevents it from shutting off the water, while also teaching it new behavior. What this shows you is that you can carefully consider your usage and how you might try to select a more conservative setting by changing the usage pattern of other events to make your home more secure from actual leaks. Now we're onto the really small leaks, which won't be caught any other time than during an automatic or manually run health check. And for those results, that's what next Friday's video is all about. I've also shared similar testing with Flo by Moen, and we'll be doing a follow-on video comparing the results, so consider subscribing so you don't miss that one. I also have another video on a full walkthrough of all the notifications you can receive from Phyn when a leak occurs, which I only touched on the alerts within the app here. There's also a discount code in the description if you're considering a DIY install or an installation outside of the Uponor Pro Squad. Keep in mind, your own experience will depend on your own household habits as Phyn's artificial intelligence recognizes your usage patterns and adjusts the reaction time accordingly. You have to consider how grumpy you might be if you're cut off in the middle of a long, relaxing shower with bubbles in your hair. However, grumpy is okay in comparison to missing a leak and dealing with extensive water damage. For those of you who have experienced a leak, like me, you know what I'm talking about. There is a fine line between too much interference and detecting a real leak. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next Friday.